Rushing to close the curtain.
Russians again.
Russians and curtains. Hey everybody.
Again with
Russian,
the Russians.
Portuguese?
Full spectrum
The Russian Spanish.
cycling. This is show number 312 we're attempting to do right now.
Chicago.
Oh, that's
Toddlin Town.
Area code down there in Chi-Town.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 312.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So full spectrum cycling. We got JK over there. I'm Sven.
Hello.
You've probably seen these two guys before, but that's Tony over there.
This is not a rerun. This is
Probably not.
live.
And we have also Sam D
Yeah.
in the studio. We have
What you gonna do?
we have
Go
organic
AWOL.
walnuts here.
They're delicious.
Indeed, we
This
do.
one looks like a sumo wrestler, kind of.
Yeah, it could look like a lot of funky things if you wanted
If-
to.
I'll eat that. I don't want to come crunching
So
on.
you're eating half the sumo?
No, I'm crunching on the air already. I'll eat it after.
Okay.
No, I just saw a Mason jar
Everyone
come out and
has
going
their
like,
own
"Hey,
way with the walnuts. Eh?
Yeah. Right on. So, I don't know. What's going on? Toad was last week, the Tour of
Oh,
America's
yeah.
Dairyland. Who,
Oh,
I know you saw it, Mike over there saw a few of those races.
Yeah,
always
I live in
fun.
the pocket of Shorewood, so I caught a little bit of that one. Nobody I knew was really that was in the hangover day of the DEVO experience. So not a lot of people were like, "Oh, let's go out on Friday." I guess.
It's like Downer over there is usually a hot spot.
Yeah,
for
that was
right?
Saturday, and that worked out.
That's
It's-
a cool. That's
Friday-
fun.
Friday was Shorewood?
Friday was Shorewood, and that was a lot of kids, and that's
That's kind of what
that's
Shorewood
cool.
does.
Yeah, but I had the FU bike.
Produce
so
children?
I was trying to be a little about it.
I guess you're parading them around, whether you're a
Apparently.
grandparent or a parent.
Yeah, I mean it was cool and whatever. Downer was hilarious. Ran into Kenny and Jovan
Uh-oh.
and Brenda and Dnardo. He had the bamboo, and some jackass like stood on it, like stood on the frame while it was like. It was something that was just unimaginable to see anybody doing to.
Was it
anybody.
lying on the ground?
No, it was on a bike rack, and we were like right by. I don't know.
Wow.
And then somebody
Wow.
else.
Blasphemous.
And then somebody, because we were right by the bike racks, and somebody just kind of brushed in, and Kenny like really hulked out. He was ready to throw down. I mean,
Because
Kenny
the guy
Nielsen-
stood on Dnardo's bike?
it was the same crew. And they just kind of like, were like, sure, it's me. He's like, well, no. Dun, 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 dun. And yeah, I've never seen
Good on Kenny.
Yeah, it was
Way to go,
interesting.
dude.
It was
That's
fun.
Most
It was fun.
intimidating character.
I was-
Not in his character. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure he can. You can be.
Yeah, it was fun. It was interesting to watch
Not if you know him. It's like, yeah, Kenny's not going
that whole.
Well,
But if you
again,
don't know him,
never
yeah,
seen him
he
like
could be-
that,
I
you
could see
be
him.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
It's like
this is
Bruce
different.
Banner action.
Right?
Exactly. I mean, yeah, because he
Yeah.
normally talks his way. Okay, why don't we just all be calm and clean and just talk it out? And no, he was just ready to throw. It was fun.
Wow.
I was like, wow. And I just went to go get a couple beers, check on my bike, and came back, and that went down. I was like in the aftermath of it.
Wow.
Like, ha 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 ha.
If I had a bamboo bike, I'd be a little concerned.
Well, wait a minute. Dnardo has a fake bamboo
Isn't
bike,
that your
okay?
boss?
What do you
It used
mean?
to be your
Was
boss.
my boss.
Yeah.
The worst boss I've ever had.
Okay.
He knows that. I tell it to him
Fuck
every
him,
time I
then.
see him.
He's my
Fuck
cousin.
No.
Dnardo.
He's got
He's
the...
my cousin. He's my cousin.
He's his cousin.
Oh.
No.
I mean that
Dnardo's-
in the nicest way.
Wait, I'm going to bring in last week's show to show
I'm
that I
just
listened.
doing this.
This is
Putting everything
Dnardo's bamboo Kickstarter fail.
Oh.
Okay.
So this was like a company that decided to like shred bamboo and then glue it together in some sort of symmetrical pattern. And for the record, Dnardo already broke that thing once or maybe twice.
Yeah, but nobody,
Oh.
dude.
But
I'm not
agree,
Gonna, I'm not
I
gonna
agree.
like on any
I
bike
saw
in
him
the
yesterday
world.
on the bike trail, by the
So
way.
Where
it
I'd be
doesn't
like,
look
oh,
like
hey, can I
bamboo
just
at all.
stand on
It does not look like a bamboo bike at all.
It's just got like
Forget it,
portions. like
it's
how,
got like an octagonal
like
shape
how-
to the frame.
like how Boo bikes
Like
had,
same.
had that like section of bamboo,
Well, Boo
Right.
was better, yeah.
but
Yeah,
it would
sort
have
of.
a
And
section.
Wheel and
on top.
Sprocket had a bamboo company for a minute that was
Right.
like that same
Sprocket?
process.
I know I've seen them. They're full bamboo.
Yeah, like
For
a
the
boo.
most
A
part.
boo was bamboo,
Boo was real
but it
bamboo.
was hollowed out and it was still epoxy. And it was-
Kelfie.
it's
Kelfie still makes.
it's-
They have.
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean,
everybody.
it's harder
The
to
point
make
of the story
than-
is getting lost. Do not step on somebody
Someone else's
else's bike
bamboo
frame
bike.
or
Period.
any bike frame
Right.
while it's leaning and locked to a bike rack in
is
general.
Especially when you don't know them at all.
Exactly.
Give me a break. You know,
That's why everything was like
get permission for something like that. Eh?
nutty.
It wasn't a full moon. It was not. I was like, why the?
Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon here.
yeah. That yeah.
Right on.
So there's the toad.
So that was I
Oh,
only
and-
went to one. I went to
And the
Bayview
kids and Lunds had the video of the Crash Corner
without kids.
without kids.
It was pros in the rain sliding into the curb.
that
a
was
lot.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
There was
it's
quite a
good
bit
stuff.
of sliding and getting up and probably
Wow.
because it was raining. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Because normally they like the
If
kids
only
go
they
that
were riding
same
45s.
that same hill.
yeah,
and kids
maybe.
just get freaked out and they just like wobble, speed, and like freak and boom. I mean, it's I don't know. It's horrible
Well,
and
Greg
funny
and I
to
caught
watch at the same
Bayview.
time.
Sven and I caught
Good way
Bayview's
to get hurt.
race.
Yeah, that was it was an interesting event. I mean, that's a pretty cool course because at the main part of it, there's like two different. They're going that way and then they're going that way, and you're kind of in the middle of them if you want to be. And
Yeah. Did they have the bleachers outside of Tonic, or I mean, whatever it is now?
Not Tonic, no.
not
MK
tonic.
Or MK Brewing.
Whatever.
There was a lot. It was a lot of people in a small space.
But
That was
I didn't get a chance
we
to make it
stood
down
courtside, if you will,
yeah,
track side, and it was fine.
yeah.
there. Was there Adrian?
No,
We did not see Adrian.
no. The only
Fukin
people,
Adrian?
there's people there.
We saw Greg Hahn.
Greg and Dave,
Hans
and
Sorrell.
all those people. So that was now it's done.
Done.
It's all done. That
They
was so
won.
that was 9 or 10 days of short course criterium racing, and I think they mixed in like road racing for different age groups. Like might have been the National Road Racing Championship. But now we have the Tour de France coming up here, starting on Saturday. So if you got your Peacock, you can watch every single race,
I just have to.
every
ask,
single stage.
Have you been to France?
And I do.
What?
Have you been to France?
I'm not allowed in France.
You haven't. Have you been to France?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love France.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get a bad meal in France, for the record.
No.
It's freaking impossible. Go to the shittiest dive bar you've ever been to, and if they're serving food, it's going to rock your world. Happened to me more times than I can remember.
Were you ever there
The
during the
Fog
Tour de
Rock.
France? Were you ever there?
The French Onion.
Were you there in July for the Tour de France?
I have never been there for the tour. I was there in
Didn't-
July once, but not for the tour.
God, that'd be
Didn't
cool.
Pee Wee wasn't like one of
Always.
his things like a couple weeks after the Tour de France would like do the same route? Like
I
take a
think they
group
would.
and or
Yeah,
like
maybe
certain
not
sections?
not the entire route. They would do some of the classic climbs and stuff, and I think that they would see
thanks.
a portion of
Right.
the race, and whether they did that
Like,
before or
let's
saw the
just go
race or
those
saw
parts.
part of the race and did it after.
thanks.
But yeah, he certainly was.
Yeah, I remember
He
him
is a
yapping
Tour de
about
France
that.
The most
aficionado.
impressive part about all of that is they ride on cobblestones.
Oh,
Sometimes,
yeah.
not.
I mean, not
all the time.
always,
On
but
those
yeah. But when
skinny
you
tires.
are riding on cobblestones on skinny tires, you are beating yourself to a pulp.
They don't have skinny tires anymore.
It's
They're
hover,
much
I'm
wider.
old.
it's
Much
hover-
wider.
It's hovercraft.
What are they riding at? Like
technology?
38?
32 to
Blake,
38.
yeah,
I think.
they're
It sort of
riding
depends
wider.
on.
Ed Begley
Because
is
lo
doing
and behold, it's better.
Yeah.
You can
I'm
do
surprised
your
they even go 32s. I bet
38.
28s.
No, 38.
38s?
Yeah, they'll go up. It depends on like
Wow.
because now they have gravel stages.
Oh.
See, gravel's. I don't know if you
realize
knew
they
this,
had-
but gravel's a thing, and all the companies want to sell gravel bikes, so they have gravel stages. The Criterium de Dauphiné, or maybe the Vuelta or something, had like a bunch of gravel. It was like more than you'd think. So yeah, it's boys riding bicycles.
I like
That
your
like
statement that there should no longer be road bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bikes.
It's just
It's
bikes.
bikes.
But marketing wins.
Yeah, and you know,
Those
I mean,
21-inch tires, like just
So
it's
if
it's
Hit a bump
and I'll
ridiculous,
always go back to
pop them
this.
both.
right?
If bikes
Shred your rims.
is short for bicycles, shouldn't mics be short for motorcycles?
It's fine with me.
ooh.
I know.
But they're not really motorcycles; they're engine cycles.
Engine cycle.
cycles.
Then they'd be yikes, 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 yikes.
Did you start your fantasy team yet?
I started my research of the fantasy team.
I
today.
signed up for.
I was looking at who
the
was
account
riding
to be
what.
able to
I was
get
looking
my
at
team
who was
together.
riding what, and then I
Yeah.
was like, I looked at that
fantasy
first, and then
fantasy Tour de France.
and then the first one I saw was like UAE. I'm like, I can't.
No, I'm going to be
I
an
can't go
I'm
all
gonna-
in for UAE.
I'm
man.
going to be an EF education first guy. just
United
because
Arab Emirates, you mean?
There's a track. There's
Yeah,
like
they're
there's somebody
gonna-
rolling tracks, so I think I'm probably going to
Trek Liddell. Yeah, EF is basically an American team, I believe. So.
It's already here.
I think so because we're talking about the Tour de France and all these
and all these
ascents.
climbs. Ascents.
Ascents.
There is a link in the show notes if you want to play the
Yeah.
Tour de
If I
France
figure out-
Fantasy League.
If I figure
game
out how
thing.
to put it together,
This shit's real, man.
Tony
What
brought
is
the beer today.
Someone
so
spent good money on these.
we'll listen to him.
7.5% double dry hopped hazy IPA with Michigan cashmere,
Michigan.
Citra, and lemon lime hops. And I tell you, whoever the hell decided to name this lemon lime hops is spot on because this shit tastes like 7-Up, but with
kinda
a heavy
smoothie a
hitting.
little bit.
It's
Yeah.
super smooth.
You know what I mean? Like
crisp.
these smoothie beers that have that kind of thickness to it. It's kind of getting me like that.
Isn't that the guy?
Ron told me to try this as I was at
Chris.
the brewery on
the
Sunday.
the
He's
James
like, you should
Bond
try
guy."
this. You might like it.
Is that the main?
Ron's
brewer,
the head brewer,
owner?
yeah,
Yeah.
and owner, yeah.
Good for him.
He
He's-
basically
actually-
says that because they run out of beer so fast, he has to get you on the next one.
Maybe. I was showing him a picture of a Bring a Trailer 1969 Impala in a super rare color with a 409 and a 4-speed on the floor. I'm like, you got to check this out. And we both geeked about it. And then he commented, he's like, and my Golf R is still way faster.
Yeah,
I'm like, yep, true.
that's
my what?
His Golf R.
yeah, that's like
Is that a 4?
VW Golf.
whatever.
Yeah, he's got the.
Yeah, there's
It's-
something about
It's
those.
like it's insane.
But
They
that
are
but
nuts.
that's like saying my new Sony A7 whatever 3 blah 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 is faster than a Nikon F3 from the olden times.
Right,
It's like
true that,
it's not,
true
it's
that.
apples
You
to
are apples to
oranges.
oranges.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's
that
like
is the truth.
But V8 muscle car gorgeousness, that
Yeah.
thing was cool.
that's what I'm talking about.
The amount of weight, if you imagine, compare the two in terms of weight, we're talking
Yeah,
thousands of pounds.
Yeah, thousands and thousands. That engine probably weighed as much as his entire VW.
So I don't know if anybody saw that yet, but we got past the Toad race in Bayview, and then we went to DEVO. That yellow thing is part of one of their costumes.
I was there too.
So,
I wasn't with these guys, but I was there.
yeah,
I was outside the perimeter
I would,
and I saw and heard everything perfectly with my
That's
own
perfectly fine.
with my own supply.
That would
Yeah,
be
he
fine.
was poaching
Oh,
from
yeah.
the. Yeah, that's a good stage
Because
to
it's
poach.
So,
just-
wait.
you were not far from where I was standing.
No.
I know
98
exactly.
98
we're just-
decibels. 98 decibels. I could see the
You had one
multimedia.
You didn't miss anything.
You had
I saw
two
everything.
serious
And the
advantages.
multimedia was awesome. Yeah. It was so
Yes.
rocking.
You had two
It's just
serious
what an
advantages.
experience.
Well, kind of two.
Well-
one,
I had a porta potty.
one, you didn't have to pay to get in.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg, because I
Yeah.
didn't have to pay to get in either.
I could have.
Two, you could not possibly have had worse beer than Greg and I drank.
Oh my God!
Whatever the flying fuck that
Linings?
that lining
That was
Kugel
terrible.
Tropical
supported-
one.
yeah,
the big
hazy
tropical
IPA, the
That was, I drank one of
19.2.
those.
That was and okay.
That
so
might
for
have
the
been my
record,
undoing.
If
actually.
I
memory
ran into
serves-
I ran into my friend who works for Miller on Sunday, and I'm like, that was the worst beer I ever drank, and she's like, that's a summer shanty that they're trying to add shit to.
Yeah,
Summer
Shandy.
Shandy, whatever the
Shandy.
fuck, it's horrible.
It should be
Shanty.
shanty.
Yeah,
I'm like, it should be
Fuck that
shanty,
beer.
but it
Can
was.
we use F words?
Yeah, you can use F words
Yeah.
all the
Fuck.
fucking time.
Well,
I mean,
fuck
let's not
that
get
beer.
all
was-
let's not get all rambunctious with
It
them.
was so bad.
Yeah,
And
like
then
old school. Cod,
it also
balls.
helps.
Yeah, don't have to celebrate it.
You know,
No,
oh wow, we're throwing
Whoa.
a C word.
no,
out.
now we're getting a little
No,
over.
that was the hat.
The
That was the jaunty hat of the
the other
Australians.
fun part about going to DEVO as two old men is Greg and I get in,
and Wendy.
and Wendy, but before Wendy, there's
Your
a
wife?
VIP section.
Nice. He
And Greg's like,
rocking.
Greg, we both have a beer. Greg's like, I'm just walking into VIP. And Mike, I'll follow you. And no one gave us like a second thought. We both walked right in, but then we got inside and we were like, oh shit, we're going to need another beer.
Oh.
And we can't leave. And then Sydney shows up with our VIP passes.
Yeah, my daughter was the stage manager at that stage, so it made it.
What?
It's like, I was like, "Can you come out and get us some silks because we can't get out of the VIP area?" She's like, "How'd you get in there?" I'm like, "Your security was kind of lax,
We walked.
so we walked in, but now we can't go out and get our beer."
Can you get us a beer?
You know,
Stage manager,
I doubt
daughter.
Sydney listens to this, but if Sydney's listening to this, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It was such a
she
great
needs to help
fucking
us
show.
help us get
That was
our
like-
listener numbers up there.
Like to be that close to DEVO, and I mean that set start to finish,
Unreal.
unreal. And
Yeah,
then
that was very
as
good.
I'm going to
Much
see
better
it
than
that,
I was
that
expecting.
afternoon, my coworker comes to my office. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to see DEVO up front," and he looks at me, and he's 35 years old. He's like, "Who's DEVO?"
Oh my God.
I'm like,
well,
Go back to your fucking desk
You're a
right
little
now.
young, yeah.
Look up Mark Motherspot because you're a gamer, and if you're a
Yeah.
gamer, you damn well know who he is, and therefore you should know who DEVO is.
Right?
yeah.
And then he responded back like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Oh, holy shit, dude!"
sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, "Holy cow!" He's like, "He's
I
done
mean,
everything."
Have you
He did
seen
the
that
soundtrack to
Simpsons
Happy
episode,
Gilmore.
with licorice whips?
Yep. He
Whip
did.
it.
He did
Licorice
a Happy
Whips.
Gilmore of all
Oh,
things.
Did you?
Life
you
Aquatic
probably
with-
didn't notice
with Steve Zissou.
the people pour out of there after they played Whip It.
Oh yeah.
It
Why?
was like, are you fuck?
You
Just
yeah.
go, please,
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, exactly.
That was funny.
Because
That
the
was
rest of
funny
the
live.
show was so epic, dude. That beautiful world, that just
Oh yeah, yeah.
rocked.
Yeah.
That just
Overall, an excellent show.
oh my God,
Absolutely an excellent
I've,
show.
And
I've
earlier
seen
I-
so many shows, and that
And the best part is I broke
Is
my rule
in
of
my
not
top
going
10
to
for
Summerfest, but I only had to walk
Oh,
like 50 yards.
I don't
into
have that
Summerfest.
rule.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do. I can't
No.
stand Summerfest.
I love going to the Whalers.
You could stand that day at Summerfest, though. So now,
Are you a fan of the Faint?
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh, I fucking love I saw them just destroy it at Summerfest. Probably 10 years ago now, but
Well,
I
10 years
like to
ago
go
was a different
for-
summer.
Yeah,
fest.
totally.
I
Totally
like to
different
go for the
Summerfest.
Whalers anytime I can.
I mean,
Anytime the Whalers are playing, I'm
Oh, yeah.
usually-
I
can
saw the
understand.
Foo Fighters when they
Or-
were new.
Well,
there.
dude,
that
and
was different.
Morris Day and the motherfucking time were
They
there
used
all
to
the
always
time.
play. And the
Yeah.
B-52s
Fishbone.
used to always play.
Saw B-52s.
There's still one more week of Summerfest, one more weekend.
And War.
I never-
War was playing
War
a
would
lot.
play a lot. Honestly, the funny thing is, I
And
still
TBA.
haven't once looked.
TBA was
They were
all
everywhere.
over.
They were everywhere.
on those early, those early
Earth, Wind,
releases.
and Fire would always be there too. But honestly, I have not looked at the schedule once. I just had someone tell me, "Oh yeah, Devo's playing," and I went with that person.
That's,
Right,
I have not
that's
looked at
the
the
way
schedule.
you do
so
it, baby.
If there, do you guys know anything this week that would be worth?
Social D.
Social distortion.
Oh, are you guys going?
Friday night. yeah.
maybe.
It's my birthday. I gotta go.
If it's your birthday, I'm going with you.
I
mean,
most
I'm
likely
gonna
will
go
show.
then.
It's
Because
what is it?
Sven was born on the 4th of July.
And Bully opens.
And Bully's way better, in my opinion.
Well,
Never
I,
heard
I'll-
of-
I don't
I'll
have
be
a
there.
past history with Bully. I got a past history with fucking Mike
Social
Ness.
beat.
Yeah, he's still carrying a grudge for 30
I'm
years.
not
with-
carrying the grudge. I just am aware of my own grudge.
It is I go to see Social D just to hear him sing Ring of Fire.
That's the worst
I
song they
enjoy
do.
that.
I don't care. It's
Yeah.
the best song they do.
You know, me and
Stop
Christopher got on our Krampuses and we rode down to see Primus.
Crema.
Yeah,
Cramp
that,
pie?
that would be good.
Oh, it was Primus, and then I feel bad. I do
Oh, this
like
last one?
Tool, but I'm not like I don't
Perfect
know
Circle.
everything about all these, but they were fucking awesome.
That
like
sense-
Perfect Circle, and then Pucifer,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
rad,
Yeah, they're Pucifer's great.
rad.
I wanted to check that one out.
I never heard a single song, but I loved everything. But of course, I had never had a chance to see Primus.
Just sitting behind the BMO.
Yeah,
riding down?
No, this was at the Marcus. This was in
Yeah.
the Marcus. Yeah.
But were you in the
What
facility?
are you
or,
killing raisins over there?
or just hanging out? In
We've
the park?
lost track of
bought
Devo.
tickets. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say no. Like
Raisins are all
the
falling
BMO
over.
stage and Marcus. If you just sit,
It wasn't Summerfest though.
no, but doesn't
It
matter.
was Italian Fest, and
Sure.
you couldn't get over by the BMO.
Festa
Or
Italiano.
maybe you could.
You could on a bike.
So-
Maybe you could.
Yeah.
You're
'Cause
right.
because
Because
it's a
you
state
could
park.
sit outside.
It's a state park,
Right.
baby.
No, you could go right. I know,
I know
where you
my
mean.
poaching. I know my poaching.
I know where you mean, but the tickets were like $30.
Yeah, and
It
guess
was
what? It is
so worth it.
Poaching, is it?
Oh, yeah, I've done poaching.
So you mentioned Chris. I did want to talk about you because you and
I was
Chris have
trying
been.
to get him on the. I tried to get him to come and talk to
You guys have been riding quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
And are you doing Manuka a lot?
we did just yesterday.
Is that the place where you're doing the most riding?
Just because it's convenient. I did hit the Tosa the other day, which was just fine. But one thing you guys don't know about is I had to go up to the Twin Cities for a funeral 3 weeks ago now, and I went up to Cuyuna.
Aha.
Ooh.
Really?
That must be the most well-marked, well-funded. I'm telling you, you ride around this really nice loop that gives you access to every featured loop. And they're all incredibly well described. You're going to see photos of the actual features on the signs when you pass them.
That's cool.
And
I haven't been there for years.
it was just phenomenal. I can't wait to go back there
It's
again.
like the old iron mining area.
Right.
Yeah, so
and it shows.
It's got
And-
like
and
the
there's
red
beautiful
mud,
lakes.
Okay.
And-
red dirt.
The amount of altitude you're able to achieve, very well planned out. It's just not a ball buster. I couldn't believe all of a sudden I was just overlooking this lake from way up high. On my way back, I stopped in the Twin Cities. I went to the Lynx home opener against Dallas Wings. Dallas Wings has Paige Beckers, who was the #1 draft pick from last year.
Are we talking WNBA now?
WNBA? So she went to high school just 20 minutes outside of the Twin Cities, and she's the mega superstar. And it was just littered with her high school colors. It'd been
Oh,
there.
cool.
It was
That's
sold out, you know. But then I crept on down to lacrosse and hung out with some friends there, and I will tell a story that is pretty something. So I only had one day that I thought to ride some of these lacrosse trails. Okay, I get on it for 10 minutes. I fucking sharted my pants.
What?
For real. And I just like,
How very Lunsian of you.
and I just said, fuck it. I kept riding for like an hour after that.
Just grease.
Just got so uncomfortable. I went back to my car and I said, fuck it. Like, I really wanted to see this other area because it was my only day. I said, fuck it. I happen to have like a little bit of toilet paper. My cars have these huge doors. I'm in a parking lot. There's people everywhere. And I just got between the doors. I could give a good wipe and stuff. I went and rode for another hour and 20 minutes after that. And
Not giving up.
and thank goodness I had like a towel to put under my butt when I drove back to my friend's house.
So you didn't leave your shorts under the bridge like
right? No,
Like we've seen.
no. I have.
Well, that was the thing.
My underwear costs $23 a
On the
piece,
way
so
here.
I don't leave any
As
of
I was
those
crossing,
behind.
as I was
But
crossing
let
the
me
river,
tell you, it
all of a
was
sudden I saw a
fucking
woman,
gnarly.
and I'm like, what is she doing?
It was.
And it was like just in the shadows, and she's doing this, and yeah, she had
Oh man.
skirt down to
Shaking
here,
one loose.
and just like doing the towel.
Dude, if you have Instagram,
it was
my
amazing.
god, people shitting.
So it
in
actually,
grocery
that
stores
like
and shit
hits very
it's a
close.
big thing, and like, why are people doing this? But they're doing it all the time.
I mean, it's a hot day out.
Runners.
well, that's
Yeah,
that's
well,
a
that's-
wonderful reason. But if you're just in a grocery store, you want to shit on the floor. That's goddamn
pretty wrong.
disgusting.
That's a whole
All
lot
right.
of wrong.
I think we got.
Yeah, this is not like an
I
only.
think the shit train
Can we-
is
yeah,
leaving
can
the
we-
station.
yeah, this is like
Subject,
this
I'm
is turning
worried.
into an OnlyFans.
Right?
Not
Oh,
my
scheiße.
OnlyFans.
That should be the theme of the.
I'm gonna
podcast.
sit on the muffins
Yeah,
again.
I did not. I went to Port Washington and rode the beach the other day, and I did not shart.
And how was the beach?
But it would have been fine because there was nobody there.
Yeah.
North Beach, which it goes from the filtration plant north through North Lake Park and all that.
My favorite place to ride.
Yeah, but I go there. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's the middle of the week. Nobody's gonna be out there. I can't get there because there's construction at the filtration plant. And I'm like, what's going on with this? So I went all the way around, which you just want to go up to the top of the hill, which is like a quarter mile away, but you have to make like this huge loop all the way through the town to get up there. So I'm like, I'm going to come at it from the other side. Nope. Road's closed there too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go up to Harrington Beach and see what's up that way. So I drove up there. It's another 7 or 8 miles north. I get out on the road where you can park near the water, which is just outside the park. I look down the beach and there's like 100 people. I'm like, what? And I don't like riding when there's a bunch of people around.
Right. And it's never been like that.
Right. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? Why don't I just go back into Port Washington and park in town and just ride over there? Because I'm sure I can get through somehow, which I was able to do finally. And there were like a couple people on the beach because nobody else could get there either, maybe. Some lady walked down the stairs from the top of the bluff, and she was down there. But I got up to Sucker Creek, which is a pretty good turnaround when we ride up that way. And there is so
Great
much
name for a creek.
Yeah, there's so much beach up there. The narrowest spot was probably 60 feet. The widest spot, a couple hundred feet. Wow, tons and tons of sand.
That's what you want.
So
That's not where I turtled.
Because there had been a bunch of rain already.
That was Harrington.
Recently? Yeah, maybe it was Harrington.
That was Harrington.
There were a lot of little rivulets coming down from the bluff where there were several water crossings. And Sucker Creek, I could have crossed it and kept going, but I had already been out there for a while and it was 90 degrees. And I'm like, this isn't that
Time
great.
to turn around and relax.
Right. But I could also see like another quarter mile up. It looks like it closes out. We should get past Sucker Creek next time. But I think for our August 9th Full Moon Beach ride, it's going to be from North Lake Park to Sucker Creek and back.
Awesome.
Which should take, it's about an hour of riding time and then sitting around and goofing
Drinking
off
beer and
and
stuff.
whatever. But it'll be fun.
That's like the first week of August, correct?
August 9.
9
times.
Which, coincidentally enough, is my anniversary day.
And it's 1 month
close
before
to
my
my
birthday.
birthday.
1 month before my birthday.
I'm not done with that one
Not
yet.
quite 1 month.
Sorry,
you're
I'm
the
taking these.
You're the tab collector.
I have like
Sorry, I didn't think you
100
were
of
done.
those at home for you.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel.
I've been saving them
Please
ever
give
since you
Rachel
showed
from,
me that.
Oh, you're the
Savannah.
best.
I'm like, oh no, we have to save all these for
tab
Sam.
collectors.
You're the best.
You're the best around.
Hey, you guys remember? I know we've talked about this on the show before. A little thing called Frostbike.
I do remember
the QVP
that.
does.
Isn't that the same week as?
It's the same week of
Frostbike?
everything.
I thought we did.
Okay, so
Oh, no, that's the shiver way.
They fucked up.
They have not done it since the pandemic, and now they set it for it's like the 26th or the 28th of February. Guess what else is on the 28th of February?
Global Fat Bike Day.
No, that's in December.
Okay.
The Fat Bike Birkie.
Oh yeah, almost the same but better.
Well, it's 1,000 people that ride fat bikes that are, and a bunch of them are in the industry. Well, that's why they're moving it earlier in the season.
Okay.
To have more chance of having snow. So
Very smart.
So they moved the actual Birkie ski race earlier.
Wow.
Consequently,
It's
the
been a
Fat
nightmare.
Bike Birkie. Last year wasn't bad for the Birkie or the Fat Bike Birkie.
Oh, they did pull it off?
It was better than the couple previous years, but now it's a week or 2 weeks, depending on how you look at the calendar earlier. So hopefully they have more snow.
Right.
But still, is that brain dead to go like, well, we could do it the week before and not conflict with the
did they
Fat
not
Bike Birkie?
know though? Maybe they didn't know.
Maybe they're just that brain dead. I don't know.
Maybe.
They've done a lot of dumb stuff lately.
Did anyone
I don't know.
respond? Why are you doing it?
I haven't been paying that much attention to it. I just said it's a freaking bad call, guys. They have half a brain about what else is going on in your industry.
Well, they won't make
Of course.
any money doing it.
Well,
that
I don't
way.
think they care about fat bikes anymore.
This is the sound of modern industry.
Yeah.
These are the voices.
Poopy people.
These are the voices.
Oh, I fucking love that song.
Did you
Industry.
did you
They were
guys
just in Madison, which I missed. But
did you guys see when I posted the video of Gary Fisher saying how fat bikes are the shit and they're going to be 20%?
No.
Of the mountain bike industry. This was like 2014. It's the greatest video ever. He is so energetic and he's so
And
enthusiastic.
now he's 36-inch wheel, isn't he?
No,
Or
32. But I want to hear him say that's going to be 20% of the. I want to see if he's right about that one.
It can't be because there's a good portion of us short people that can't ride a 32-inch wheel.
I want to try that.
Short people
I'll
could
try it. I
Short
tried
people
it.
could ride the penny farthing.
If people can ride unicycles and
Yeah, they
penny
could ride
farthings.
Who
Yes,
brought the
Michael.
36er to or 30?
For sure.
Was it
Spinner,
Spinner brought that 32 or was that a 36?
36.
Spinner. Now
Spinner?
there's a name I haven't heard.
But that's
in
not
some
that's
time.
not the same.
Long time.
That's not the same thing as a performance fat
Right.
bike.
Star
I
Wars.
agree.
Performance Guinness of you there.
But during that ride, it was hilarious to see Berta riding the 36-inch diameter tires.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
Berta could do
screamed
whatever.
for help.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, she couldn't touch the ground. Come
Of
hell or
course
high water.
not, but who
So Sam
cares?
had to catch her. Strongman
you
Sam.
need like a picnic
so
table
she
or
could get
something to
off.
get started, or
Right.
something, you know.
But
So
she rocked it hard. It was great.
I'm sure.
She
would.
Let's touch on Gary Fisher just one more second because he says that they've designed this for people as small as 5'7" with the 32-inch wheel.
That's got to be like is it a step over frame?
Don't know.
Step
I'm
through
just
frame?
saying. If 29ers were good,
30.
remember 26-inch wheels? I mean,
Those are obsolete. According to you can ask
well,
Gomez.
unless
Those
it's on,
those are gone.
unless it's on a fat bike. And
no, those aren't gone too. If you ask Gomez.
and then the 29er, which I always thought was that was as big as I want to go.
Yeah.
Now 32s, I'm thinking, I don't know. Certainly,
No,
I'm not investing in a new frame
I'd
right
really
now.
like to
Thank
see
you
what
very
it feels
much.
like.
Yeah, I'd give them a go.
29
Must
is
roll over shit.
Well,
29ers are fun for
but it's-
urban assault.
Yeah.
29 by 3. I can take on anything this
I could see
city
a
has to
32
offer.
or a
That's
36
true.
climbing a log
32
fast
is
Yeah,
Yeah,
what about,
with
like,
plenty of
downhill?
clearance.
You can roll over.
Yeah, right.
Downhill is what I'm
Right,
thinking.
with
It's
plenty of clearance,
Just-
You
no
get-
frame
you
bob.
get your gyroscopic
technical
effect.
rocks
Well,
and
that-
stuff. You just blast right through it.
I get that, but
And the
whoa.
clunker is 27.5, so it's the baby fat zone
Mm-hmm.
where I don't mind that, except I'm not
Whoa,
that tall.
that's very
I'm
mango.
not that tall, so when I have to put a foot down with the coaster brake, I kind of
That's
That's not
much
bad.
more. This is
No,
much more fruity than the
I tell
other
you,
I jump into the
beer.
I don't like
My
hitting my
27.5
balls
plus.
on the top two.
until to finish like half of this, which is
I went out to Moab. I did Moab. I did Fruta. I did
sex packets.
whatever.
Is this digital underground? You got some digital.
so. Were you in
Grand
like Cortez and stuff, like Colorado,
I never was there, but
Durango-ish?
But I remember
before you-
Colin saying like that the group was really blown away at what I did on the bike. I mean, I did
What am I looking at?
the gnarliest shit
bamboo with the
possible
Oh,
on
right
that
on.
bike.
pencils.
Without
Silly.
even a really good mountain set of
Clever.
tires on it. It was more, it was those Chronicles by
of Narnia.
Max's.
Is that what
The
you have?
Chronic-
Is that what you have that's all wore out on your bike?
Chronic-
No,
What
those are
could-
actually still the Chupacabras.
Glad you got
from
that.
way back then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
They've really held up.
On the
But I just decided to go something a little gnarlier on the front.
right on.
Because the only thing I ever have problems with is washing out the front on situations. And I noticed the trend is people are having more knobby tires on the front.
And maybe a little bit wider.
Yeah.
And
And you'll see
Yeah.
it will look a lot wider.
Steering's
Are you
important.
thinking it'll fit in that fork?
I think it will.
The R1. It's the
Christopher says,
fanciest
Christopher
carbon
says
fiber
it
rock
will.
shop. Right on.
Now,
Well, that's good.
Christopher's, it didn't fit on Christopher's fork, but it's because of the bridge.
But he said it.
The bridge was hitting it, not the width.
Gotcha.
But if it doesn't work, then fuck it.
We'll finger it out. Wow. All right then.
The
Well,
Chronic.
heckin' we got through this show somehow. Tony's blue hair notwithstanding.
We'll see
I'm-
in
Beautiful.
11 more shows.
You mean
I am
it's
going to
Is that
the
like
rest of
is that
this
cerulean
walnut,
blue?
which now
I
looks like
just-
a,
Cerulean-
whatever Cleone
cerulean
decided to
blue,
do for
like a
me.
claw or
You're a
something.
finisher.
Cornflower
You
The
finish
deal
when you
is-
start.
Michael, the reason I have this hair color is because I have to deploy the new chancellor of UWM's computer. And I'm setting expectations right off the bat that I'm showing up at his house with bright blue hair.
Oh, thank you. Actually,
As
Like,
if that's the UW colors or something.
it's not. It's more I want to set the expectation
the
that
navy
you're dealing
blue.
with freaks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will fix your shit as long as you're willing to work with me and I look like a weirdo.
Where did he come from
because-
again? He came from Stevens Point?
I don't
think so.
Get your nose tattooed or something.
There's high praise for him, though.
Oh, get a mustache tattooed on your mustache or something.
No, you get the
Then
mustache.
you really show it off.
No, on the upper lip.
Oh, there
So
you go,
do that.
upper lip.
Hello.
Or lower.
That's Jim Huber, man. That was the River West
Man.
24.
Oh, he did?
Well, let's get this.
mustache.
We'll continue this conversation offline.
Mystical.
It's time to go.
Yeah,
We're
it
going to get
is.
out of here. Thank you very much,
Play the
Tony.
song.
Thank you very much, Sam D. Thank you very much, JK.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you,
all
Devo.
y'all fine people.
Yeah.